2024 has been, living by faith in uncertainty.
Financially, oh wow, I just burped right in the camera.
About how much stronger we feel than we did a year ago because of the confidence God's given us that we can hold our heads high and we can be okay despite everything going on.
I wouldn't have missed for anything. And if cancer is what it's taken to bring that reality into our hearts, then it's been worth every part of it.
And it's just been phenomenal for Carolyn and I to go through that journey and realize, we are not the center of the story. He is and what he did. And it's not us that works our way there. He already did that for us. We receive it as a gift.
Receive it as a gift. Receive it as a gift.
Yeah, just like you're a gift. Nobody's listening to me. They're all looking at you. Yeah.
Welcome to the Rayne and Ray's Thanksgiving. You're getting a real look. There's screaming, crying, farting, burping. But anyway, there's a book by Brian Johnson, When Faith Becomes Real. And I feel like in 2023, God was really downloading a lot of what the gospel is and a lot of the theology and a lot of you've been believing lies, that kind of thing. And in 2024, he continued that, but the faith didn't just stay on a theological level.
Yeah.
It really gave me an opportunity for it to get really, really gritty, really difficult and challenging and negativity and hurt and challenge. And for him to come through every single time with encouragement when I felt why am I even doing this? With resilience when I felt really weak and tired, with energy when I needed it the most, right?
This last year, the word for the year that I felt like God gave me was confidence. And little did I know how much I would need that word with all the different things that we had going on with 4 different moves and then, leaving Adventism and some of the
reactions.
For somebody who's naturally a people pleaser, that's not the identity I live in because that's not what God speaks over me, but definitely not my favorite thing to deal with. And then just, we just had a lot going on.
So you said moves. Where did you
Started
start
the year in Denver. We moved to Montana when I was 18 weeks pregnant with her. Stayed with you guys for 3 months, I think, and then we moved into a house in Kalispell when I was 30 weeks pregnant, maybe. And then we moved to Polson, which is an hour away, when she was 3 weeks old. So, that was kind of a lot.
Wow, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm looking at you and I'm looking at Ember in the swing, and of course she's a huge, huge thanks. And then just 2 weeks ago we were with Caleb and Shelby and Maverick and Summer, another huge thanks right there. But I think probably the biggest thing I'm thankful for this year is the realization in a new way about the importance of taking one day at a time. It's been quite a year, as some
You've
of
had
you
quite
know.
a journey. Do you want to tell them some
Well,
of what you've been dealing with?
I think yesterday was number 80 visit to the hospital in 2024.
That's crazy.
Thank God he moved us to 10 minutes away 2 years ago when we didn't know why.
Yeah. Why have
But-
you been in the hospital so much?
Well, so I started the year out with they discovered I had a torn tendon on my hip, and so I had a tendon repair. And then in the process of post-op recovery from that, I ended up with a chest CT, and they discovered a breast mass, and it was cancer, a bad cancer. And that has started a whole journey of treatment. So 6 months of chemotherapy, and last week major surgery to make sure that I get to staying cancer-free.
And you had 6 months of chemo.
6 months of chemo, which was pretty miserable, but it did the job. It got rid of all the cancer, but still surgery was necessary. Other things kind of played into that. But you know what we have learned on this journey? I think everybody hates the big C word. And when it comes to you personally, you have 2 ways of dealing with it. You can freak out or you can move forward in faith. And the thing we've learned more than anything else that I wouldn't give up for the world is trusting him on the day by day, because it's way too big. Even now people think it's all over. I'm only part way through this whole journey of where this is going to go before cancer is in my past once and for all, and I can move forward into the future with no cancer in it. And so you just can't take all that on board in one time. And so going at it day by day, you know, so literally right now, I'm a week post-surgery. It was a pretty major surgery, which is why I'm sitting here. Got my 2 little love bugs who are my little companions that don't leave my side. And knowing that, you know, tomorrow, just being real, tomorrow I go to the hospital for a blood transfusion because my numbers are too low for good healing from the surgery a week ago. That's just reality. And then, you know, 2 days later or Monday, it's a visit with radiation oncology. And so it goes on and on and on in getting further away from cancer. Yeah. And the only way to deal with it is just to go day by day. So today, I've got enough grace for what I need to get through today. I'm still on pain meds, recovering from the surgery, and tomorrow I'll be able to get through what tomorrow brings. And the beautiful thing is that when he's in it and he's in your story and he's walking with you, he's already there. He's there tomorrow, ready to receive me into that infusion room for what I'm going to have done. And that has been the most beautiful thing in this year. And I think the thing I'm the most thankful for, that we don't tend to live day by day. We tend to be thinking ahead to, oh, you know, so for us, when Caleb and Shelby visit with the children in, you know, a few weeks' time, and you're always putting out into the future, and you're just kind of living today to get to where you want to go. And cancer teaches you live today the absolute max. And everything is about this day because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And when it comes, he'll walk you through it and step you through whatever that outcome is going to be. And that has probably been the biggest thing that I wouldn't have missed for anything. And if cancer is what it's taken to bring that reality into our hearts, then it's been worth every part of it.
I'm thankful my wife is still alive. That's a good thing. And she is the most beautiful thing on the planet.
Aww.
Not you, my wife.
She's like, thank you.
You could take second. Yeah, you could take second, especially right now. I'm thankful for the gospel, and specifically learning that, and Carolyn taught me this, with one day at a time, you can do anything. You can face any difficulty. You can cope with anything that gets thrown at you in this crazy world. I'm thankful for my family. Super thankful for Ian and Hannah moving back to the northwest of Montana. Yes! Yes, they could live anywhere in the world, but they live within an hour of us. That's really neat.
Amber likes that too, I think.
You like that? You like being with us, do you? And I'm thankful for my parents, my siblings, and this little munchkin. Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've learned in 2024?
Oh, wow. The biggest thing I've learned. Well, you know, I think we've said this a few times on this pod, but Carolyn and I are just reading Revelation because that will complete our reading of the New Testament in a year from multiple versions. And what I have learned, I guess I've learned what was going on in the New Testament in terms of, you know, the Jews had been keeping the law. That was their way of going on, and you're just an angel, and you're putting me off. Let's all focus on Ember for a minute.
She's really cute right now, I gotta say.
But you know, then Jesus came along and he just turned the whole thing upside down. And a lot of the New Testament is about, you know, the struggles they had with letting go of their old way of earning salvation, I guess, or keeping salvation. And it's just been phenomenal for Carolyn and I to go through that journey and realize, you know, we are not the center of the story. He is, and what he did. And it's not us that works our way there. He already did that for us. We receive it as a gift. Yeah, just like you're a gift. Nobody's listening to me. They're all looking at you. Yeah. So it's just been an amazing year. It's probably been one of the hardest years of our life with the cancer and, you know, the treatments and but you know, we've learned that the strength that those martyrs had, you know, where they could just sing all the way till their death, we understand that now. We really do. It's you don't have to worry about the future because the grace only comes when you need it. It doesn't come early. No.
She's learning neck control.
Yeah, I got you in a headlock.
Hat's coming off too. Oh, there went the remote.
Look at that
Dang.
bottom lip. What's that bottom lip doing? Hey, what's that bottom lip doing? Yeah. Oh, and with the hat's coming.
Yeah, she's looking like a total clown now.
Bye.
I'm really thankful this year for God's provision. I think He's really taught me that I am not the provider of our family, that He really is. There's been so many times where I looked at our bank account, I looked at our situation, and I really didn't know how it was going to work out.
Yeah.
But just seeing Him come through again and again, I think it's really taught me that no matter what we face in the future, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, spiritually speaking, what's been the highlight for you?
Just the confidence that God's given me to live the life that He called us to live this year. I think Ian and I were talking on the drive down today about how much stronger we feel than we did a year ago because of the confidence God's given us, that we can hold our heads high and we can be okay despite everything going on. And also just the confidence to learn to have a baby and to be a mom and all of that and everything God teaches you through that process. I'm just really thankful for that. I remember a couple Thanksgivings ago, I think this is fine to share, but my brother found out that he and his wife were expecting a baby. And at that point, I hadn't even met Ian yet. And I remember thinking like, man, I just want to have a baby so bad, but I don't know if I'll even ever be able to get married. And pretty crazy that here we are. Well, and then last Thanksgiving, we were trying to get pregnant. And here we are this Thanksgiving with a baby. So just really thankful for the way that God has answered so many prayers. And yeah, it's been a crazy year, but it's also been probably one of the best years. So thankful for the confidence that the gospel gives you when you walk in what God asks you to do. I was reading in John 4 or 5 the other morning about how Jesus didn't walk in the opinions of the people around him, but he just walked in the will of his Father. And I was like, dang, that's a really good word.
Yeah.
And that's really where confidence comes from.
To lead us to a place of being in a new faith community. I'm so thankful for Fresh Life Church and just the friends and mentors that God has put in our life through that. And even starting this podcast, I mean, it's so crazy that it wasn't in a quiet time that God had us start this podcast.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of what's been the most hectic and circumstantially difficult year of my life and most unpredictable. That's when God, I think, really called us to, lend our voice and to share and to start this thing. And I think going into 2025, I'm going in a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I think I'm going in a lot, my skin, it's not like that
thicker.
turkey. It's not a thin skin anymore.
Yeah.
I think I used to have criticism was a lot easier to really make me question everything. And I think that in this process, God has really taught me, you know what? Doesn't matter what people say, doesn't even matter if things go wrong in my life or things don't go according to my plan. I can hold it with an open hand. And so I'm
really
thankful
good,
for what God did this year. Thank you for everyone who's listened, everyone who's supported, everyone who has just been following along with us. Thank you so much for your encouragement, for your love. It means a lot. And
Probably been the hardest year of your life, do you think? In some ways,
think it
maybe?
has, yes.
But in some ways, you probably had more peace this year than any other year of your life.
Definitely more peace this year. I mean, just the beautiful realization of how loved I am by Him has been the most incredible thing. And even though when you walk through, as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but He's right there, and I've experienced it in over and over in such tangible ways. So we look forward to what this next year brings. I imagine it won't be as intense as this year. I hope not.
Yeah.
But if it is, I'll get through it. I
Yeah.
know that, just one day at a time. And just so thankful for such an amazing God, such a beautiful family, the beautiful girl on the other side of this camera. and her wonderful hubby, who we love to pieces, and of course, precious Ember, who is such a joy to
You
our
might gotta
hearts.
hear her hiccuping in the
She's,
background.
Grandpa is working with her hiccups.
Thank you for sharing.
And, you know, switching out of Adventism, which is in some ways a very close-knit denomination.
Yeah.
You know a lot of people know you. How has that been?
Well, I mean, we've lost the majority of, not our close friends, but of, you know, those people who are like friends / acquaintances.
Yeah.
You know.
And has that been tough?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. I mean, I hate conflict, and every time I post something, it starts a whole new war on Facebook, which I think people can assume what our motives are for doing that, but it's really only because we feel like God's asking us to do it. And I had a thought the other day that the reason we do it is because not in any one of those comments has anyone said that this has made them turn away from Jesus. But there's been many comments and personal messages of people saying the stuff we're speaking out against has turned them away from Jesus, and that being able to look at the gospel has turned them towards Jesus. So at the end of the day, I was like, well, what we're sharing is not making people hate God. It's, you know, directing some of that stuff towards us, and that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can, you know, like living the confidence to just know to do what God asks you to do, no matter what the consequences of that are, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you guys for watching. I know the comments get a bit wild sometimes, and I must admit I don't get to read all of them, but I think I think you're gorgeous. And if we love you this much, how much does God love us? Unbelievable. Yeah.
You edit all our videos, so thank you for that.
Hey, I love doing it. I love getting a sneak peek. I love the opportunity to pray, thinking, I know what's going out this Sunday morning, and oh dear, something's going to hit the fan again. But it's okay, you know. There's people that are really settled in their Adventism, and they don't like what you're saying, and that's fine.
That's okay. We're not really actually trying to talk to them.
That's right. But then there's other people who are searching for something beyond that.
You can take the hat off. She looks like a clown.
Okay, off comes the hat. Ready, steady, woo! There she is in all her glory. The dog's going to go get the hat now.
Thanks for sharing, Dad. Any final words you want to say?
Any final words? Hey, 2025 is going to be amazing. Just know that Jesus is enough. You don't need anything else. You don't need money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Time you have been waiting for. Here we go. Turkey is ready. 3 hours. 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's a long time. It's the Lord of the Rings movie right there, but
Look at him. He looks like he's
ready to go.
Looks like he's out of a movie.
Look at this. Happy Thanksgiving. Boom. Nice and roasted.
Keep that in.
Okay. What do you, Oh no, okay. Okay.
It's all right.
There we go, now we're ready. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm learning that, goodness gracious, like you can have the very same thing happen in your life, and so much of what comes out of it is your perspective. So Ember's crying right now, and I can allow it to make me feel very stressed and stop this video, which I should probably do. I'm just like really learning that, like, being a parent, all your plan, all your structure, like why you even do it? You know, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I can't even imagine, like, how are we gonna do Christmas with the baby?
Okay, maybe just don't think about that right now.
I have no idea how we're gonna do that. Like, I can imagine like today getting out the door and then gifts, and anyway, I'm just thankful today's Thanksgiving because I'm thankful. There's no condensed milk.
Baby, my parents don't even know what condensed milk is. Yeah, precisely. Come on, let's go to bed. You need.
I want to help you.
It's okay. You can help me by sleeping.
I need to make a pumpkin
No,
pie.
you don't. You need to sleep.
I can do it.
No, you can't.
I can push through.
No.
I can do
No.
it.
No. Just forget about the pumpkin pie. Just take one step at a time.
I feel like I'm failing.
No, you're doing amazing. And then you see this
Who's
here?
gonna make the pumpkin
Hey,
pie?
I got it. I don't know that you want this in the video, but okay, now get in.
Can you tuck me in?
I am. I'm working on it.
I can take
Okay.
my bun out.
There you go. Good night.
Are you sure?
Yes. Sleep well. Bye.
But you're tired too.
I'm doing fine, baby. You're good. I'll sleep with you later.